280th Road and K Road.
280th Road and K Road. And it looks like he's about to meet up with some law enforcement that may stop him here.
Yep.
Either that or law enforcement's pulling somebody else over. We'll see if he lets him pursue the... Oh, okay, good. Maybe we can pursue contact with the storm here. But you're looking live here in central Pawnee County, just north of Roselle, at I don't know if we want to call it a funnel, a tornado, but a tornado warning, very valid in effect for this thunderstorm. Looks like law enforcement is going to block him from pursuing this any farther.
As well they should. This is a dangerous situation if you live in and around Roselle, just to the north as well. So storm chasers obviously know what they're doing.
Right.
Yep.
All right,
Not
so
everybody else does.
That's true. There's a lot of looky-loos in addition to professional chasers,
Now they're
too.
going to by.
Oh, that's good. Excellent. Our hats off to whatever law enforcement officer was kind enough to let our chase crew through there as we're looking live on KAKE with this funnel or it's tornado. We can't tell right now. I got to admit, it looks funnel to me. But the way this thing is wrapping up, could come in contact with the ground at any time just to the north Roselle in Pawnee County. Now, with the direction and movement, this is going to stay north of Sanford. So if you're around Sanford, you're in the clear from this particular thunderstorm as it continues to track towards the northeast. Tell you what, while we're showing that live stream, I am going to go back up and look into Russell County and also Osborne County once again at that thunderstorm where we have tornado warnings in effect.
Right, as far as that storm, getting kind of differing reports. Obviously, the Hastings National Weather Service office issuing tornado warning. That's for Osborne County. And they're saying confirmed tornado.
Right.
And then we got capable of producing a tornado from the Weather Service office that issued the previous warning.
All right, now we're looking, let's go back.
we go.
We'll look live at Jerry Bruce. And is that the same storm?
It is.
All right. And that funnel is starting to dissipate live and in color on KAKE. Wow. All right. Nature providing the show today. The KAKE First Alert Storm Team giving you the video of that funnel cloud as it dissipates live. So that's great news. It doesn't mean another one's going to spin back up, though. Tell you what, punch up Viper for me for a sec while you're looking at that. Lower panel. There you go. Thank you. I want to get you back up here into Russell County. Thanks, Mike. Do indicate an area of circulation right along US 281 just to the south of Waldo. So that's where tornado just got the latest sweep of the radar. So let's wipe everything off the map and redraw it. There we are. Now just south of Waldo. So if you're in Waldo or Luray, you need to take your tornado precautions. The circulation with the earlier confirmed tornado. All right, Blake, let's go over to you. You got a track on it already.
Yeah, let's go ahead and put a KAKE track on this right now. Luray, you should already be in your tornado shelters right now. It's going to be to your area in less than 12 minutes. You should already be down there. We're also indicating that it could impact Cheyenne here in the next 20 minutes or so. So it's going to start moving into Osborne County and impact places there. But Luray, you are under the gun with this tornado. And again, some differing Weather Service office confirmation or non-confirmation, but either way, this does have a potential for a tornado. So you do need to take those tornado precautions.
Absolutely. And we'll go back over to KAKE's Viper 3D, and we saw the tornadoes dissipate live on KAKE in Pawnee County. Let's get you back down to Pawnee County. And that area of circulation, wow, not much left of it. There it is right there. That thing was spinning like a top earlier. Let's go back over the past 30 minutes. There's a circulation near Roselle when we had that pretty significant tornado on the ground, a very well-defined cone tornado at Cross near Roselle, and you can see that circulation is just, it's flat gone at this point.
Yeah.
And that continues to move towards the northeast, and obviously that jive with what you saw live from Jerry Bruce as our KAKE First Alert Storm Tracker was on that one. We got a lot of chase crews that just happened to pick the right storm with the tornado today. Oh, yeah, 3 or 4 different angles on that. There you go. So sometimes when you play poker, you win. And they got all in on the same storm, and it actually developed for them. So that storm threat, the tornado threat, currently gone in Pawnee County. So feeling really good here about Pawnee County, about getting out of some of this continuous coverage for you at the current time, because we do not have a significant tornado. Let's get back over to Russell County, and the area of circulation admittedly is starting to weaken a little bit, but let's go ahead and stay down to your shelters in Waldo and in Luray for these particular thunderstorms.
Yeah, and again, the Weather Service office in Wichita, which issues the warning for Russell County, is saying that's a Doppler indicated right now, nothing confirmed on the ground. But again, as you mentioned, play it safe. I mean, what do you have to lose? A few minutes? And it could be the difference between getting harmed or not. So go ahead and just play it safe. If you're near Waldo, if you're near Luray, especially to the south of those areas, do watch out for this potential tornado.
All right, just kind of a note to everybody here. Master Control, I'm assuming the network starts the program straight up at 8 o'clock. If we continue to have this trend of weakening signatures, I feel really comfortable joining the network straight up here at the top of the hour in 10 minutes. So, Blake, if you want to ask Master Control exactly what time net starts, I'm assuming it's 8 o'clock straight up, but if it's not, give us a countdown, and we will join the net cleanly at 8.
Okay.
So we're looking live here at KAKE's Viper HD for the tornado warning in Russell County. Not seeing nearly as strong a circulation as we did, but this would be in the vicinity of Waldo. Now, between Waldo and Paradise, that would be the heavier rain and maybe some smaller hail, along with the wind threat, but the potential for a tornado threat is going to be in and around Waldo. And then this whole line of thunderstorms. Yeah, just what time does it start?
8 o'clock straight.
Starts straight up at 8. Okay, so in 9 minutes we're gonna join programming, ABC programming live at that point, and then give you commercial break updates unless we have another tornado develop or we get radar indications.
Okay, and Jay, we are starting to get some damage reports coming on in.
Okay.
These are unconfirmed. We do need to stress that, obviously. Once the officials get out there, try to confirm these things. But we are getting some unofficial reports 2 miles to the west of Roselle. One house nearly destroyed, roof and walls gone. The 2 residents are reported to be okay, and this is approximately 2 miles to the west of Roselle on Highway 156. And again, unconfirmed. We do need to stress that, but you can see the potential with these storms, and we're not done yet.
Absolutely, and you know, we saw that live. That was a significant, strong to violent cone tornado.
Absolutely.
And I am still thankful that it lasted as short a duration as it did.
Because it looked very powerful live on KAKE here.
It
now,
did.
You pointed this out on the Viper HD, but we're starting to see these storms line up.
Yeah.
So tornado potential will start to go down unless we start to see these individualized again. But as they press into central Kansas, we could still be talking about some dangerous straight line wind gusts as well as some large hail out of these storms.
It's true. The only kind of mitigating factor we have, Blake, is as these thunderstorms get farther and farther east, the atmosphere has a little more of a cap or a lid on it in the lower layers that these thunderstorms have to overcome. So as they continue to press on over towards Wichita, Hutch, and Salina, they will get into more of an atmosphere that does not want to sustain them. So we'll see just how strong these storms are and if they can overcome and break that lid, break that cap, and continue on this current pace. So from Coldwater over to Pratt, we're seeing, again, very heavy rain, maybe some larger hail, but I got to admit the reflectivities don't indicate golf balls to me.
Right.
If anything, this is pennies or smaller. So I got a feeling that this severe thunderstorm warning for Comanche, Kiowa, Barber, and Pratt counties. What is that until? Let's see. That's until 8:15. That's probably going to be allowed to expire unless that thing gins up a little more. You still have the tornado warning in effect for Pawnee County based on the significant tornado earlier. But there is no circulation currently from the old one. Now, what I'm going to keep an eye on is looks like this thing's trying to seat itself east of Sanford. Let me zoom in a little tighter here. And that could be our next circulation start. Yeah, we got a little stinger there.
Yep. And again, this is east of Roselle. This is northeast of Sanford.
Yeah.
So if you're in Roselle, if you're in Sanford, this is not going to impact you.
It isn't. And this has already passed you in that location.
Now, unfortunately, Jay, the tornado sirens already have gone off for the storm earlier,
right.
And now we're starting to see a new circulation with this. So they probably won't redo the sirens, so
right.
You guys need to make sure you're taking those precautions.
Mike, have we got any chasers east of Sanford on K156? Because I would love to have some eyeballs on that.
Okay, and just to give you an update on that storm, 4 miles to the northwest of Luray. I know we're watching this other storm to the northeast of Sanford. We're also tracking a tornado warning for Osborne County until 8:15. It is radar indicated. Okay, so we're talking about the storm. You're seeing the different storm on Viper HD. Radar indicated 4 miles to the northwest of Luray, moving northeast at 40 miles per hour.
All right, and we'll get that in a second, but where I've got the area highlighted, right along K156, east of Sanford by 3 miles, going to watch that part of the thunderstorm to see if a tornado will develop. That's our next area of circulation. That's pretty tight circulation there. Tight enough where if you're in the vicinity, I would assume that a tornado probably will develop in that region. Mike, if we got anybody on that? Okay, thank you. And while we're checking that out with our KAKE Land storm chasers, let me take you back into Osborne County.
Yeah, nothing confirmed on the ground.
Nothing confirmed on the ground yet, but we do see some chaser video of a funnel. So that storm that's to the east of Stanford, and it looks like, okay, let's go back to it, and we're live on KAKE. Hello.
Hey, Jay, it's Bryce.
Hey, Bryce.
I am 1 mile north of US 56, north and east of Stanford, just not too far here. And we've had a pretty big tornado again on the ground.
Okay, now you're east of Stanford right now, correct?
Yes, this tornado would be about 3 miles northeast of Stanford. It's still halfway to the ground, but it's not on the ground right now. I would call it an elephant trunk, Jay.
Okay, so again, now you said you did have a tornado, or it was just a funnel. What have you got?
I've got a very large funnel. I don't see it on the ground. I'm actually on the west side of it, so I know I'm not in the best spot to see it. But from what I can tell, it's on the ground. It's on the ground.
Okay,
again,
and let me go ahead and cut in here because emergency management is now confirming a tornado on the ground. That's at 210 Avenue, so 210th Avenue and North Road, or it might be in Road. We're trying to see here in Pawnee County. But if you live in Pawnee County, you know that area. Confirmed tornado on the ground there.
All right, and Bryce, are you able to position, get a little better look at it, or where are you relative to it?
I am 1 mile west of it, Jay. I don't think I'm going to move here any. It's just it looks just like the other one that we had earlier here in Pawnee County, but I'm on the other side of it, so it looks really gray and not quite as dark as the other one did.
All right, just
definitely on the ground,
FYI,
moving off to the northeast.
Cody's got it.
Today.
Cody's got it on camera. We got another cone tornado, so we got a live cone tornado, and Cody. And you've already said the emergency manager says it's on the ground.
He has confirmed on the
ground. So they confirmed on the ground here. We're looking at Cody's stream, and okay, good. Lightning flash lit it up where you could see the contact with the ground. So this is the circulation that we were showing you to the east of Sanford. And what was that location again, Blake?
210 Avenue and N Road in Pawnee County.
So at 210 and N Road in Pawnee County, we're looking live at, again, same storm, different tornado. Yes, Mike? So he's at the intersection of 183 and 156. All right, next time we take radar, I'll highlight that location for you.
Picking up there.
And again, Roselle, Sanford, we're not talking about you guys. This is going to be to your east and your northeast. If you live out in the country, northeast of Sanford, this is your time to take the tornado precautions. And
since we got this live tornado on the ground, we're obviously going to stay with this coverage and go past 8 o'clock.
Right. And just to give you another perspective on where this is, Skywarn reporting this is on the ground 2.5 miles northeast of Sanford. So if you're not familiar with that area, 2 miles to the northeast of Sanford.
And it looks like there's a Doppler on wheels that's going to investigate it too.
Yep.
I didn't realize the Dow was out today. But we're looking live here. Again, this is Drew Peltz and Cody Ars. They're our KAKE Kansas Twisters connection here with their live stream there. And this is a cone tornado.
We get more indications that actually is on the ground.
I got to admit, yeah, because the lightning flashes when they're kind of, right. You could kind of tell the contact here.
Right, and we need to keep this in perspective. This obviously is a different portion of the storm that's starting to spin up, but this particular storm has a history of producing damage. As it moved north of Roselle, we got a report of a house that was partially destroyed, and at least the residents are okay. That's great news, but you need to take this seriously.
Absolutely. As we continue to watch this tornado live in Pawnee County, again, already east of Sanford. If you're in Roselle, you're in Sanford, this will not impact you. It's already moved east to your location and should continue to track off towards the northeast. And just to give you a little radar flip, There it is. I got it highlighted for you. Keep in mind, this doesn't nearly have the signature of that much larger tornado when it was near Roselle and just to the south and east of Roselle. Let's get you back to that live video once again. So this is a cone tornado. Can't really see if it's still in contact with the ground now.
Okay, the severe thunderstorm warning for Barber, Comanche, Kiowa, Pratt, Stafford County has been extended until 8:45.
All right, so we'll continue to keep the severe thunderstorm warnings. We'll stay live with this video stream here. Let me back out and kind of give an overview of all the severe thunderstorm warnings and get set up for that while we continue with the stream. KAKE First Alert Storm Tracker is doing an excellent job tonight. All right, let's give you the quick roundup. There is a line of thunderstorms. Let's put this in motion over the past 30 minutes so you can track their speed and direction. Along that ahead of the solid line, we're actually going to reduce the tornado threat. The tornado threat's going to be on the southern flanks of these thunderstorms, and also if there's any appendages on the backside, you can kind of see how this one hooks back over to the back where we have the tornado. Let's get you updated on Osborne County and Russell County with the tornado warning there. Look at the velocity data real quickly. This is great news. I am seeing no indications of rotation.
Right, and they do continue that warning, but it's radar indicated.
And earlier, I mean, it was radar indicated, but no radar indicating it right now. But again, that proves that if there is anything, if there is a tornado there, it is going to be weak and brief, folks, which is great news. When we look at it from a couple of different sources here. What I'm doing is I'm using different radars. Wichita radar doesn't have any indication on it. We switch over to Hastings, looking at it from the north.
Okay, we're going to slide here.
Don't really see anything. Okay, so this is good. Let's get back over the live video then.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. What have you got for me,
No, I was just going to kind of set the scene for everybody. So let's give you the bigger perspective on everything that's going on. Because, again, here in Wichita, up toward Hutch, we're not seeing any storms right now, but we are expecting the potential for storms as we head throughout the next couple of hours. So a tornado watch remains in effect for all those areas in green, which does include much of central Kansas. Now, Garden City, Dodge City, you're basically behind all these storms, so we're looking for the potential for storms to diminish for you folks, and they'll probably drop the tornado watch for Garden City and Dodge City fairly soon. Now, the good news, as we look at those storms farther south, the ones in yellow down toward Comanche County, over toward Medicine Lodge, they're starting to line up. So we're not talking so much about tornado threat. We're talking more about the potential for damaging straight line wind gusts. We're talking about large hail. But again, these are moving over toward Pratt, Kingman, and eventually over toward Wichita. And you can see those live using KAKE's Viper HD.
Yeah, and as they track, I got to admit, the hail potential doesn't really look there. When the warnings were issued, were they based on wind or hail, Blake? Do you remember?
Let me check it out.
Because, honestly, the big hail we are not seeing currently with these thunderstorms. It looks like it's smaller than quarters at the current time. So we're continuing to watch that.
They're issued for both, so 60-mile-per-hour winds and 1-inch hail.
Okay, and let's get you back into, I got to admit, we'll see if that hail verifies, because right now radar indications aren't really supporting that.
Right.
But let's get you back into Pawnee County, northeast of Sanford. And you know, the radar data here. Boom. Circulation looks like it is gone. Let me get the chaser stream up here. Bryce, you got eyes on this thing? It doesn't look like it's there anymore. What do you see? Bryce, you got to break it up. Try it again. All right, Bryce is gone. Hopefully, he will call us back. And I don't know if you want to get Cody on the horn or anything like that. That's fine too. All right, because it looks like that has dissipated. We're looking live here. This is this is Cody's stream, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, good. KAKE First Alert Storm Tracker. And Cody Ark Drew Peltz continuing to track what was a tornado, and I believe it is gone.
Okay, and as we watch this live stream right now, obviously not a whole lot going on, awesome news. But as we flip back over to KAKE's Doppler HD, we want to show you what's going on across the southern part of the state. Just to the east of Greensburg, over toward Pratt, extending down toward Medicine Lodge. Notice how that line is starting to bow out. Basically, it kind of makes like a bow and arrow shape, essentially. That's a good indication that we could be talking about some fairly strong winds in and around the Pratt area here in the next little while. So that might actually be the shift that we're going to be seeing here in the next little while is more toward straight line damaging winds. And you'll notice how the Weather Service has gone ahead and put out a severe thunderstorm warning for Barber, Comanche, Kiowa, and Pratt counties, as well as Stafford County. Yeah, we're talking about the potential for very, very gusty straight line winds with that portion of the segment down toward Pratt. And we're going to have to watch this, Jay, because this is moving east, northeast. This might actually impact Wichita and Hutch in the next little while.
Exactly, but it will be a hail and wind threat and not necessarily a tornado threat, which is obviously some great news. So go back over to Viper, and I am going to apologize for the sound of my voice because I feel fine. It's just my son and I have got the same kind of cough and croup, and it's affecting my voice box, obviously. It's making it hard to talk. And one of my friends just shoved me a note saying I sound like I have a serious drawl, a southern drawl. That's great. So everybody watching me stream and think I'm from Texas now. I'm from Alabama, so they probably figured it's part of it. Okay, all right. Let's get you back over into Pawnee County. Yes, Blake.
Yeah, damage report coming on through. Power lines across Highway 156 at 290th Street. That's between Roselle and Burdette. And also a small structure was damaged a half mile to the southwest of Roselle. So we might be seeing some more damage reports coming on through. But the good news, what we're watching right now, this is not in Roselle. This is not in Sanford. This is north and east of those areas.
Yeah, and that's where the threat, if it still exists, and we're not seeing much circulation at all right now. So this is great news. We'll see if that gens back up. But let's face it, the most significant tornado we had today was that thing when it was southwest Roselle.
Absolutely.
That was. I'm glad that dissipated, and that the circulation now is gone. We'll see if something new gens up. We'll get you down southwest Kansas, Pratt, Lake City, and Barber County, down to Buttermilk. Again, maybe a wind gust, 50, 60 miles per hour, some small hail. Not seeing large hail there. Let's take you back into the tornado warning in effect for Osborne County. Russell County was that expired 8 o'clock.
It expired, but it got pushed over into Osborne County. So that's still in effect.
So Osborne still has a tornado
warning. Nothing confirmed.
But there are no indications currently on radar either. So I got to admit, I feel really comfortable at this point where I think we can start stepping back our coverage because we do not have any tornadoes on the ground at the current time.
Right. And what we're going to have to watch across south central Kansas, if we can zoom into that, you mentioned the potential for 50, 60 mile per hour winds down toward Pratt, Buttermilk. Now, if this starts to bow out even more, we could be talking about even stronger wind gusts. So hopefully diminishing the tornado threat for central Kansas, but we still could be talking about some fairly gusty straight line winds here in the next little while. We'll have to see how this plays out. We haven't gotten any reports of severe winds from this portion of the storm.
The only thing that's going to potentially save us is since there's some decent capping at the lower levels, that might try to mitigate that. Right. We will see. All right.
You have a rogue tornado on the ground. Half a mile of 183 and what's across street? Q.
You're at 183
and Q Road. We're at the intersection. There's a tornado a half mile to our west.
So you're at 183 and Q Road. All right. And so you're north of Sanford. You're north of Sanford on 183 at Q.
I'm north of Sanford, right? Just a second. Yes, I'm just north of Sanford on 183. A half a mile away, straight to the west of us, is a rogue tornado.
All right, and let's keep an eye on it. Do we? Have you got it on? Have you got it on camera?
A half a mile west of us.
Have you got it on camera?
And as we look back towards the west, we're trying to get this on our stream.
So again, if you live northeast of Sanford, take those tornado precautions right now. Lowest level of the home, most interior room.
Half a mile west of Q and 183, a rogue tornado on the ground.
All right, we finally see it on your stream, so we'll go ahead and take your stream live here. Yeah, we see it, and I got to admit, not the best video in the world. Is it still in contact with the ground right now, or is it dissipated a bit? We can't tell.
It is contacting the ground, but the funnel is weakening since we reported it just a little bit ago.
All right, it looks like this one's going to dissipate on you. Matter of fact, it looks like it's dissipating as we talk.
That's correct.
Okay, so that one is posing no threat, and is it?
It looks like it has dissipated.
Okay,
completely.
All right. Now that you're on US 183, and that happened to the west of 183 or to the east of 183?
That is looking 3, a half a mile.
Okay, wow. I got to admit, I'm surprised because that is the very back edge of the storm here, and not a lot of support above it to produce that. So I'm kind of.
It was a long rope. The funnel actually extended from over the top of us to the west.
Now, is your plan to proceed north on 183, or are you going to go back down to K156 and head over towards Larned? What's your plan?
The plan was to head back south because I believe this thing's just heading straight east. Do you confirm that?
I agree. I think it's a good call if you head back down to K156 and then head over towards Larned, because if it's going to try to spin back up again with something more significant, I think that's going to probably happen north of Frizzell or northwest of Larned, probably by about 3 or 4 miles. And I don't know if you got any paved road you can shoot due east on, or are you going to wind up on dirt?
I think we're going to wind up on dirt, but we'll attempt to get east and towards Larned.
All right.
Okay,
all right.
brand new severe thunderstorm warning.
That is Cody and Drew joining us live here on KAKE.
Okay, brand new severe thunderstorm warning just issued for Harper, Kingman, and Reno counties. That goes until 9:15. And what we're seeing right now, let's go ahead and flip over to Doppler HD. And what we're seeing right now is these storms are starting to bow out. And what we mean by that is that it kind of looks like a bow and arrow, if you will. And the more that they make kind of that sideways C shape, that backwards C shape, the more likely it is that they will be producing some very, very gusty straight line winds. And so you can notice that we have that yellow box over toward Reno County, over toward Kingman, and down toward the Anthony area. We don't have any storms near there, but they warned on it because of the potential for very, very gusty winds. And what they're seeing right now is that we could see some 70-mile-per-hour winds with these storms as they continue to press off to the east. And you know what, Jay? They're moving due east. Eventually, we might see these impacting Hutch, Wichita, Newton, over toward Mulvane.
Absolutely. Now, I know they issued the warnings.
Right.
Do we actually have any measurements?
We don't have any confirmed measurements from this. I'm going to go back to the Dodge City office. Nope, no confirmed wind gust, but obviously they're preparing for that potential.
Because they really, it's amazing how out ahead of it they've done that. Let me switch over to the Wichita radar.
Well, it is in effect for the next hour, so they're probably trying to give us a good heads up.
They are definitely doing that. But yeah, as this line of thunderstorms, that's going to be the primary threat. Thank goodness. We were concerned about the possibility of taking tornadoes into the night, but that's not going to happen. All right.